Johnny Depp, once the wild heartthrob of Hollywood, is now making headlines for something entirely different. From the sharp blades of Edward Scissorhands to the swagger of Captain Jack Sparrow, Depp built a legendary career on charm, chaos, and raw talent. But fame doesn't shield anyone from pain. Behind the cameras, his life unraveled, turbulent relationships, career blows, and the explosive courtroom drama with Amber Heard nearly ended it all. Many thought Johnny was finished. But out of the ashes, he rose, not with noise, but with power. A striking new look, a calm fire in his eyes, and a silent strength that speaks louder than any movie ever could. This is not just a comeback, it's a transformation. Join us as we explore how Johnny Depp turned heartbreak into evolution and why the world can't stop watching. Johnny Depp was the youngest of four, raised in a world that rarely stood still. His mother, Betty Sue, worked long hours as a waitress, while his father, John Christopher Depp, was a civil engineer, present, but distant. The family moved constantly, chasing stability they never quite caught. By the time Johnny was 15, everything shattered, his parents divorced, and the emotional cracks ran deep. But in the middle of that chaos, something beautiful happened. His mother married Robert Palmer, a man Johnny would later call his true inspiration. At age 12, Johnny received a simple gift from his mother, a guitar. That instrument didn't just make music, it saved him. He threw himself into it, finding purpose in every chord. By 16, he dropped out of Miramar High School, chasing the dream of becoming a rock star. When he returned weeks later, unsure of himself, the principal gave him a life-changing push: follow your passion. And that's exactly what he did. In 1980, he joined his first band, taking the first real step on a journey that would turn a broken kid into a global icon. The kids found some early success in Florida, just enough to ignite a dream too big for their hometown. Fueled by ambition, they headed west to Los Angeles, renamed themselves Six Gun Method, and chased the elusive promise of a record deal. But dreams come with a price, and Johnny Depp paid it in full. To survive in the city of broken promises, he picked up odd jobs, telemarketing by day, music by night. In December 1983, he married Lori Ann Allison, a makeup artist and the sister of his bandmate. For a brief moment, it felt like things might work out. But by 1985, the marriage crumbled, and so did the band, just before landing a record deal. Still, Johnny didn't quit. He joined another group, Rock City Angels, and co-wrote the track, Mary, showing that his fire hadn't burned out. What made Johnny stand out wasn't just his music, it was the mystery in his roots. He often spoke of his English, French, German, and Irish ancestry, even claiming descent from Elizabeth Key Grinstead, one of the first African Americans to win her freedom in colonial court. He also mentioned Native American ancestry through his great-grandmother, believing she may have been Cherokee or Creek. "Makes sense," he once said. "I'm from Kentucky." But that claim sparked backlash. Some Native American voices rejected it, labeling him a pretendian, someone falsely claiming indigenous heritage. What began as a personal anecdote quickly turned into a cultural controversy, and the world was just starting to see how complicated Johnny Depp's story really was. People were upset when Johnny played a Native American character in The Lone Ranger, especially when he named his band Tonto's Giant Nuts. Later, Leodana Harris, a member of the Comanche Nation, adopted him as an honorary son, but that didn't make him a member of any real tribe, it just made him part of her family. Even with all of this, Johnny's journey wasn't over, it was just getting started. Hollywood came calling. Johnny was 20 when he moved to Los Angeles with his band, but when the band broke up, his life took a surprising turn. His ex-wife Lori introduced him to actor Nicolas Cage, and the two became friends. Cage saw something in Johnny and suggested he try acting. Johnny didn't want to be an actor, but he liked the idea. He had always been inspired by James Dean, and he even said that reading about Dean and watching Rebel Without a Cause made him think more about acting. Cage helped him get an acting job. Johnny had never been in an audition before, but something clicked when director Wes Craven's daughter saw him and convinced her dad to cast him. That was it. Johnny got his first role as the boyfriend of the main character who gets killed by Freddy Krueger, even though he had said, "I didn't want to be an actor." He kept getting parts, which paid the bills, which music wasn't doing. In 1985, he played the lead in the comedy Private Resort, and he was supposed to play the lead in the movie Thrashin', but the producer replaced him with a smaller part as a Vietnamese private in Oliver Stone's platoon. But it was his role as an undercover cop in 21 Jump Street in 1987 that made him famous. The show was about young cops who looked like high school students, and it made him a teen idol. But Johnny didn't really like the fame. He took the role because he wanted to work with actor Frederick Forrest, but he didn't feel right about it. He once said that the show made him feel like a product, like he was being packaged and sold instead of acting from the heart. But this was the start of something big. Before Johnny became the bold and stylish man we know today, he was just a quiet kid with a guitar. The guitar took him to Los Angeles, and a failed band led him to acting. It's funny how life works sometimes. His early career showed how sudden fame can be. One minute he was selling pens over the phone, and the next he was on magazine covers, but Johnny never gave up. Even when he got in trouble for claiming Native American ancestry, it was because he believed what his family told him. "I guess I have some Native Americans somewhere down the line," he said in an interview, adding that he wasn't trying to lie, he was just going by family stories. But not everyone saw it that way, and things got worse when he played Tonto in The Lone Ranger. People thought it was disrespectful, but he didn't mean it that way. As a result, when Leodana Harris adopted him, it was seen as a nice thing to do, but it didn't change how the native leaders felt. They made it clear that he wasn't one of them. But Johnny kept going. His mix of charm, rebellion, and raw talent made him stand out, and Hollywood noticed. From horror movies to deep dramas, his face and voice became unforgettable, breaking free from the teen idol image. After 21 Jump Street made Johnny Depp a teen heartthrob, he quickly realized fame wasn't everything. In the 1990s, he changed his mind and began picking movies that meant. One of his first choices was Crybaby, a musical comedy set in the 1950s. The movie didn't do well at the box office at first, but it gained a cult following over time. That same year, he starred in Edward Scissorhands, directed by Tim Burton. It was a strange but touching movie in which Depp played a man with scissors for hands. To prepare, Depp watched Charlie Chaplin movies to learn how to act without words. People who saw Depp's performance said it was great, others said he spoke with bright black eyes and moved his sharp hands in a gentle way. The role got him his first Golden Globe nomination, and scientists were so impressed that they named an extinct animal Cotinicella deppi after him because of its claw-like limbs. Over the next few years, Depp starred in Benny and June, Arizona Dream, Dead Man, What's Eating Gilbert Grape, and Don Juan DeMarco. In 1994, he played the strange filmmaker Ed Wood again with Tim Burton. Depp wasn't afraid to try something new because he wanted to improve as an actor, not just stay famous. In Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, he played an undercover FBI agent opposite Al Pacino. By the time he starred in The Ninth Gate in 1999, Depp had made a name for himself as someone who always went the unexpected route. He was no longer the guy from a TV show, he was now one of the most interesting actors in Hollywood. That same year, he got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but he was just getting started. As the 2000s began, Johnny Depp showed the world that he could play almost any role on screen, whether it was romantic, funny, dark, or serious. In 2000, he starred in Chocolate, a sweet drama set in a small French town. The next year, he played a drug smuggler in the crime horror film From Hell. In 2003, Depp became a global superstar with his role as Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. Fans loved how strange, fun, and unpredictable Jack Sparrow was. For this role, Depp did more than just act, he completely changed into the character. This earned him his first Oscar nomination. He went on to play a variety of roles, such as a caring father in Finding Neverland, a lonely writer in Secret Window, and a dangerous gunman in Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Each performance was unique and memorable. Depp also worked with Tim Burton many times and became one of Hollywood's most famous duos. They made Sleepy Hollow, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Corpse Bride, and Sweeney Todd. Depp won a Golden Globe Award for Alice in Wonderland, which was also a big hit at the box office. He also lent his voice to animated movies like Rango in 2011. In the years that followed, he played real people in Public Enemies and Black Mass, and in Minimata 2020, he played a war photographer. He even went into the magical world of Fantastic Beasts and started his own film company, Infinitum Nihil, in 2004. He also returned to music. Got Alice Cooper and Joe Perry to join him in the rock band Hollywood Vampires. People thought they'd seen it all until he was named People's Sexiest Man Alive twice. But even with all the fame, he had a personal life full of love, loss, and life away from the spotlight. Johnny Depp's first marriage happened early. He married Laurie and Allison on Christmas Eve 1983. She was 25 years old, and he was only 20. Laurie was the sister of his bandmate, and the couple moved to Los Angeles to pursue their music careers. Depp had some success with his band The Kids. They opened for Iggy Pop and the Ramones. But Laurie had already been married to someone else. After losing one ear to a deafness, Laurie quit her music career and became a makeup artist. It was through her job that she met Nicolas Cage, who changed Johnny's life forever. They got divorced after only 2 years, but stayed on good terms during his legal case with Amber Heard. Laurie publicly supported Johnny and continued to use the Depp name professionally. In the late 1980s, Johnny got engaged to 2 actresses, Jennifer Grey and Sherilyn Fenn, but neither relationship lasted. In 1990, he started dating Winona Ryder, who played the lead role in Edward Scissorhands. Johnny even got a tattoo of Winona forever on his arm when they broke up in 1993. He quickly changed it to Wino forever when he started dating supermodel Kate Moss. They were together from 1994 to 1998 and their relationship was intense and often in the news. In 1998, Johnny met French singer and actress Vanessa Paradis while filming The Ninth Gate. They fell in love and built a quiet life away from the noise of Hollywood. They had 2 kids, Lily Rose in 1999 and Jack in 2002. You cannot plan the kind of deep love that leads to children. Becoming a dad wasn't a choice. It was part of the great ride I was on, it was destiny. Johnny and Vanessa ended their relationship in 2012, after more than a decade together. They kept things civil and never got married, but it was the end of a peaceful time in Depp's life. What happened next was anything but peaceful. Johnny started dating actress Vanessa Paradis soon after breaking up with Vanessa. Johnny and Amber Heard were in the movie The Rum Diary together. At first, it seemed like another Hollywood love story, but things weren't going well behind closed doors. They got married in a simple civil ceremony on February 3, 2015, but just over a year later, on May 23, 2016, Amber filed for divorce and got a temporary restraining order. She said Johnny had been verbally and physically abusive during their relationship, often when he was drunk or high. Johnny denied everything Amber said, saying she was just trying to end things quickly and walk away with money. It became a media storm, and in August 2016, they reached a settlement. Amber dropped the restraining order, and the couple released a statement saying that their relationship had been intensely passionate, sometimes volatile, but always bound by love. They also said that neither party had made false accusations for financial gain. Depp paid her $7 million in divorce settlement, and she promised to give all of it to charity. Some of it was given to the ACLU, and some was given to Children's Hospital Los Angeles. Even though the marriage was short, the story didn't end there. In the end, it became one of the most well-known and talked about courts in the history of Hollywood, but that too was a turning point in Johnny. What happened in Johnny Depp's life and how people saw him after Johnny. After Depp and Heard's divorce was finalized in 2017, many people thought the story was over, but in December 2018, Amber wrote an opinion piece in the Washington Post that changed everything. She didn't name Depp by name, but it was clear what she meant, she called herself a public figure who spoke out against domestic violence and sexual assault. And getting flack from the people, and she said she had seen how institutions looked out for powerful men. Johnny thought this story. He sued Heard for defamation in February 2019, saying that the article contained 3 lies. The first was the headline itself, the second was Amber's claim that she had become a symbol for abuse 2 years earlier, and the third was her claim that society protects men accused of abuse. Johnny said that he was the victim in the relationship and that Amber's claims were false. They said the articles were fake, and he blamed them for losing big roles like being kicked off of Pirates of the Caribbean. He thought the articles hurt his career and reputation. Amber didn't stay quiet, and in August 2020, she filed a countersuit. She said that Johnny, through his lawyer Adam Waldman, had started a campaign to hurt her reputation. She said that Waldman used Twitter and online petitions to get her kicked off of movie roles like Aquaman and her work with L'Oreal. In 3 different statements to the Daily Mail, Waldman said that Heard and her friends had made up false sexual violence claims. In the first statement, he said that they faked a scene at a penthouse and called 911 as part of a plot. In the third statement, he said that the abuse claims were all lies. Things got even more complicated when, in October 2020, Waldman was removed from the case because he leaked private court information to the media. In November, Depp lost another case against the Sun newspaper in the UK, and Amber's team asked for his US case to be moved to thrown out too, but the judge wouldn't let it happen because Heard wasn't involved in the UK case. In August 2021, a judge said that the ACLU had to hand over records about Amber's promised donations. This made an already heated battle even hotter. Finally, in April 2022, the Depp vs. Heard trial began in Virginia. It ran from April 11 to June 1, 2022, and the whole world watched as both actors told their stories. Amber said that Johnny became violent during their relationship, and she talked about moments when Johnny told a different story. He said he was the one who suffered. He talked about how Amber would insult, hurt, and even hit him. The trial went on for weeks, and people watched it like a drama series. Testimonies, videos, and audio clips were shown. Experts gave their opinions. Friends, staff, and even security guards talked about what they had seen. After 13 hours of jury talks, the verdict came on June 1, 2022. The jury said that all 3 parts of Heard's op-ed were false and had hurt Johnny's reputation. Johnny was given $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages. However, Virginia law lowered the second amount to $350,000 because only one of Waldman's 3 statements was found to be false and harmful, so she was only given $2 million in debt damages and nothing else. Johnny said, "The jury gave me my life back. I am truly humbled." He thanked the court, the jury, and his legal team. He also said, "I hope that my quest to have the truth be told will have helped others and that those supporting them never give up." Heard and Depp later agreed to settle. Amber said the deal wasn't a sign of defeat. Depp's team said the jury's decision would stand. Amber paid Depp $1 million, which he promised to give to charity. This case wasn't just about 2 famous people fighting, it showed the world how deeply private pain can become public, and for Johnny Depp, this was a shock. A big comeback after the storm, Johnny Depp is finally back on the big screen after years of court cases and headlines. His newest movie, Day Drinker, is his most important project in a long time. It was directed by Mark Webb and stars Penelope Cruz. This isn't the first time the 2 actors have worked together. They've been in Blow, Pirates of the Caribbean, On Stranger Tides, and Murder on the Orient Express, according to IMDb. An unknown stranger becomes close to a bartender who is grieving the loss of her partner. As their relationship grows, their lives take unexpected turns. The story is full of feelings, secrets, and shocking moments. Lionsgate executive Adam Fogson talked about how excited he was about the project, saying, "Day Drinker combines a highly commercial concept with wildly outrageous twists and turns, and there is no better filmmaker than Mark or 2 more perfectly cast actors than Johnny and Penelope." People also felt Johnny's comeback at the 2023 Cannes Film Festival, where he spoke. He was honest about how the problems with his ex-wife affected his work. "Did I? Do you feel boycotted by Hollywood?" he asked. "No, none of this is happening, it's a weird joke," he said. "I don't feel boycotted by Hollywood because I don't think about Hollywood." Yet, he was asked to leave a movie over words, which he said was unfair. An ambitious answer and a sparkling begin. The first appearance that greatly surprised everybody. You spot Johnny Depp is making headlines again, but this time it is no longer because of a courtroom case, it's because of how specific he looks within the first picture released from his new film Day Drinker. Depp looks almost unrecognizable at 62. He now has silver hair, a full grey beard, vivid blue eyes and a pointy blue fit. He's seen leaning against a bar with a cocktail in hand staring into the gap with a relaxed, considerate appearance. The photo turned into posted through Lionsgate on social media, and fans could not accept as true with their eyes. Some humans stated they did not even know it became Johnny until they examined the caption. Remarks flooded in. A single fan wrote, "Johnny Depp without a doubt rocking the silver fox appearance." Another stated, "The grey appears excellent on him." Human beings were amazed, excited and even emotional seeing this new version of Depp. Someone joked, "Is this the story of the Stay Thirsty My Buddies man?" Others in comparison him to his old character Gellert Grindelwald from Great Beasts. One fan posted, "Grindelwald vibes." Another stated, "They in no way ought to have taken Grindelwald from us." Many are calling this Johnny's Silver Fox era. One comment study, "We're entering the Silver Fox era of Johnny Depp and I'm right here for it. The brand new appearance, the beard, the suit, it is a complete transformation and fanatics can't get enough." Day Drinker is the call of Johnny's new film and it's already being referred to as his biggest Hollywood comeback in years. The movie is directed by means of Mark Webb and stars Penelope Cruz and Marlene Clean. That is Johnny's first huge American film because the defamation trial with Amber Heard, which resulted in 2022. Before this he acted in Jean Dubar, a French-language movie, but Day Drinker marks his return to English-speaking mainstream cinema. Inside the film, Johnny performs a mysterious character who meets a grieving bartender on a cruise ship. According to the film's plot, their meeting pulls each of them into the crook underworld. It's now not only a drama, it is an action thriller with a twist and lovers are already excited. Lionsgate's Adam Fogson stated in a assertion, "Day Drinker combines a quite industrial idea with wildly outrageous twists and turns. There's no better filmmaker than Mark or greater flawlessly cast actors than Johnny and Penelope." It's a large vote of confidence and the net has the same opinion. However, the transformation wasn't just about acting. Fanatics praised the makeup group too. "Shout out to the makeup branch for the super transformation." A person wrote, "Any other said he ought to in no way play a position without the dress branch doing half the paintings with blue contacts, silver hair and a grey beard. Johnny virtually seems like a modern man. It is an ambitious look and it is working with all eyes on his putting new appearance. There may be another detail fans can't stop speaking. Approximately his tooth. Johnny's transformation failed to prevent it. Hair and cloth wardrobe, it went instantly to his smile. Johnny Depp's stunning smile makeover. In the early 1990s, Johnny Depp turned into the remaining Hollywood heartthrob. With his sharp cheekbones, dark hair and soulful eyes he stole hearts anywhere, and while he didn't smile frequently when he did, his enamel had been white and wholesome. He was the whole package deal: expertise, appeal and movie megastar. Seems however because the years went on, something modified. Depp love for hard partying and heavy smoking started to show. Slowly his smile commenced to fade. Via 1995 he became proudly telling Premiere Mag, "I have got loads of cavities. I had a root canal done 8 years ago. It is unfinished, it's like a rotten little stub." He failed to seem to care. In fact, he once said, "I'm proud of those enamel. After I see humans with best tooth it drives me up the wall. I would as an alternative swallow a tick than have that." His tooth persisted to say no over time. By way of 2010, during a press conference for Alice in Wonderland, fans noticed his yellowed and stained smile. A few defined it as having a milky covered appearance. His chain smoking definitely failed to help. In a past interview, Depp even joked that if he may want to grow any other mouth just to smoke more he could. He additionally wore gold grills as part of his position in Pirates of the Caribbean. However, even after filming he saved them. In "The hassle is on every occasion I go to a dentist they call for a root canal or something horrible," he stated in an interview with David Letterman. Through the years these pics caused a number of the worst teeth in Hollywood. With the aid of 2023, Depp's tooth had turned completely brown and rotten. Social media exploded whilst photos of him smiling started out to surface. Dentists online gave their evaluations. Fans have been split. Some stood by means of Johnny announcing, he seemed lovely and got a 7-minute status ovation at KN. Others took shots at his look particularly after comparing him to Amber Heard's ideal smile. However, Depp did not say plenty, and maybe he did not want to due to the fact soon the whole thing changed. In 2024 Johnny commenced turning things round. First it turned into his hair, then lovers observed something even extra surprising, his enamel. A video from a vacation within the Bahamas confirmed him at the back of the bar at Lorraine's Cafe smiling extensive with ideal white teeth. The net turned into greatly surprised turned into this honestly Johnny Depp. Yes, it become reports quickly claimed he had began a complete makeover beginning with dental paintings. One insider stated, that is the begin of higher matters ahead. They added he changed into working on his body, his skin and his usual appearance, and just like that Johnny's smile, once an image of degradation, had turned out to be the communicate of the town again, but for all the proper motives. Just while lovers were nonetheless speak me approximately the silver hair and grey beard, Johnny amazed them once more. A selfie that were given all of us speaking. He and Penelope Cruz took a selfie at the same time as visiting a museum in Spain. The two were on a filming damage from Day Drinker and decided to explore the famous Museo Reina Sofia. The museum's legit Instagram account shared the picture. Johnny and Penelope had been visible smiling in the front of a portrait, each searching secure and elegant, and once again lovers went wild. He never gets old, one character wrote. Some other stated, crazy how a lot more youthful he appears. A third introduced, so true to pure Johnny searching tons healthier and extra cozy than he has been in years. Humans cherished seeing the pair collectively again. One fan even known as it a blow 2001 reunion, referencing the movie they starred in years ago. Others joked that it changed into like seeing Jack Sparrow and Angelica Train reunited. A fan stated, it's an honor to see such great artists surrounded by way of such an iconic portrait. We adore this duo. The remarks saved coming. Wow, simply wow, so handsome. Johnny Depp and Gracias. Bad compartment people have been no longer only satisfied to see Johnny back on set, they have been pleased to look him satisfied, healthy and sparkling inside the public eye once more. Johnny isn't targeted on his past and what passed off anymore. He is moving forward on his own terms, and with Day Drinker he is doing just that. Fans have observed the change in him. He seems greater, non-violent, his eyes look clearer. He is taking selfies, taking part in lifestyles and entering into roles that experience sparkling. Human beings are calling this Johnny's glow up, not simply due to how he seems but due to the energy he is giving off. And with Day Drinker set to release quickly, one issue is clear: Johnny Depp is back and he's owning every second of this new bankruptcy. What do you think of Johnny Depp's new appearance and his big comeback? Are you loving the Silver Fox generation, and would you watch Day Drinker simply to look this new facet of Johnny Depp on display? Percentage your thoughts in the feedback underneath, and don't forget to hit like, subscribe and stay tuned for extra remarkable tales from Hollywood's charming record. See you next time.